So one of the channels I pay attention to is a gentleman named Richard Ezchow. He has a YouTube channel. He doesn't have a very large following, but he does have large enough following of subscribers. But Richard is a great guy because he's unlike me. He does not rant and rave, and he does not allow his emotions to carry over into his interviews. And and he's an intelligent guy, and he espouses and views that are what I've been talking about. But he does it without the emotion, uh, the visual emotion, or the wording emotions that can cloud the issue. And so, he just had Max Blumenthal, and Max Blumenthal is one of my favorite sources for getting information about what the realities of the real world is, and the implications of those I call the legitimate criminals. And this is the legitimate criminals of the Western nations and the Western corporations and the Western ultra wealthy. So, as well as the Western based religions, or the quote unquote religions. Um, so, uh, anyways, Max Blumenthal, who has gone down to Venezuela several times in the past, and more recently, he went down to Venezuela uh, when all this regime change coup propaganda was being spouted by Western media, the Western criminal seditious media, as I refer to them. So, it's an interview with Max Blumenthal and Richard Ezchow. I think you should watch that because it is eye opening. Uh, Max Blumenthal has the Gray Zone project. He also he also has the Moderate Rebels. Uh, Check out those channels. Um, and Max is just phenomenal. I deeply respect him because even compared to the Intercept, which I also keep track of, and I also respect, uh, Max Max is very much like the true journalism that the Intercept does, but the Intercept has also done some questionable reporting. Max, along with Greg Palast, and these are true investigative reporters. With like Abby Martin, she's a true investigative reporter. They are true journalists, and I deeply respect them because they are doing what they what they the moral imperative, the moral obligation, the ethical obligation, the principled obligation. And so, anyways, I'm not going to go too much more into this, but basically, check out the interview and subscribe to Max Blumenthal, to Greg Palast, uh, to The Intercept, to Abby Martin. Um, there's also Mexi. There's a whole bunch of others. And so when you do get onto Greg Palast, when you do get onto Max Blumenthal, when you do get onto the Grey Zone Project, and when you do get onto the Moderate Rebels, go to their community, and you'll find other sources, and that's something I've slowly learned about YouTube and how you can find other sources. Uh, and these are sources that have proven over and over and over and over and over again to be completely and utterly genuine. Who, when you do look into their reports, you can cross-check for their reporting, and you can check to see that if they are spinning it or if they are pushing an agenda, and that's the great thing, because it's objectively they are just phenomenal, and they are principled in staying with the facts, and they're much like in the world of science, where they when you want to verify something, you have others peer reviewed research done, and so that's my marker for great journalism, and that's what Max Blumenthal, Greg Palast, The Intercept, Abby Martin, that's what they all have in common. And I have to say, been uh, I've been very, very despondent and pessimistic, but I'm starting to see enough of a bleed-in across the across all many vectors, including including the criminal, seditious, mainstream corporate media, propaganda, corporate media, and the independent social, quote unquote, lefty progressive media, as well, and Greg Palast, Intercept, and all those, Abby Martin, they would be considered, they're the ones labeled with the radical left, but and that's complete bullshit. I don't fall into that propaganda trap, and that stupidity, which is goes against all objective realities. So they are sowing sanity, uh, uh, ethics, morality, because it's an obligation, it's a responsibility, and I'm starting to see a lot of it. And the other thing is realnews.com. Please check out the realnews.com. They often have do reporting, collaborate with reporting for with Max Blumenthal and Greg Palast and Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore is still one of my favorites to watch. Um, but these are the people that true, honest, objective people who feel a responsibility to and a responsibility and obligation to get out the truth, to stick to the facts, uh, uh, have the courage to bring on these heroes and patriots. So please check them out, especially the very recently posted video interview with Max Blumenthal and on the Richard Ezchow Show. All right, thank you for your time. Bye.